No, because why did you do that? Oonga boonga doonga. Yeah, pow pow pow. Pow pow chow. Oh, it's fucking cold. It's fucking cold on my right hand. Literally, it's cold on my right hand. I got some bullshit for you today. Tonight. Whatever the fuck. Motherfuckers have been going crazy in the NFL lately. I cannot tell who's gonna win the Super Bowl. Did you like my thumbnail yet? No? Oh well. Anyway. Any fucking way. Oh yeah. They're so slick, they're so good, but then they buckle around with the goddamn Lions and the Buccaneers some shit. Gotta get that down on the freeway. Gotta get that down on the highway. You know what I mean? Like, that's gotta be some bullshit. Yeah, There's some goofy stuff here. There's some goofy stuff. Anyway, NFL has been losing their minds all over again. All over again. Because, your mom or something. I don't know, dude. She's like, what do you want me to say? Huh? What do you want me to say? That you're a magical, miracle, mystical, majestic-looking individual? Yes, you should love yourself now. You should love yourself now. Yes, because the NFL, in its current state, kind of sucks dick. And they're trying to put... Oh my god. They're trying to put Bad Bunny in the fucking Super Bowl. Like, not Super Bowl. In the, Super Bowl halftime show. Like, what the fuck? Like, why are you gonna have that? This ain't a woke thing. This ain't a fascist thing. This a what the fuck? You know? And he's from Puerto Rico, and he's trying to justify getting rid of ICE. But then the problem with that is that Puerto Rico is not exactly the U.S. It's a U.S. territory, but it's not the U.S. quite really. And so saying, oh, I'm part of the U.S. and Spanish is part of America, and fucking saying that, oh, Puerto Rico is part of America. You're pissing people off when you say that. You're pissing Puerto Ricans off. Not all Puerto Ricans, don't get me wrong. There are some people that are just, like, stupid enough to side with this guy. You know, he's one of those guys that I've kind of never completely liked. Like, he's sort of like, I kind of liked him, but he's one of more of those music players, those musicianists, where, you know that, like you have a English-speaking song or whatever that's, like, really, really popular, and there's just, like, that one part where it's, like, some guy speaks in, like, a different language, you know, like, he'll just speak in a different language for, like, that one part of the song, and then it will go into whatever the original music video was after that portion of the song. Yeah, he's like that, but that's the whole song. You know, there's no, like, good boy feeling in it, you know? There's no, feel good. There's no Mr. Cool. There's no, what's it called? Lifeblood in it, you know? But fuck. NFL's going good, but, you know, they really should stop it with the controversial musician players. because it was Kendrick. Now it's Kendrick Lamar, which I don't really listen to him. Now, if you're a fan of Kendrick Lamar, fine, but it just didn't really make any sense to really add him in the Super Bowl, because it's like he already won his music battle thing, so it literally made no sense. You know, it's basically overkill for overkill. It's something they should have never really done in the first place. And then Bad Bunny, he's like one of those, like, it makes the NFL look more political than it actually is. You know what I mean? Like, NFL is supposed to be one of those leagues that goes away from politics. Okay, like, yeah, you could have politics, politicians or something associated with that sport, but not necessarily like, oh, they're this side or that side. You know, it's supposed to be regardless if you're Democrat or Republican or conservative or liberal, or if you're from like another country or something, the sport itself is supposed to be the universal thing, and the league within the sport is supposed to show what version of universal they mean. You know, like there's the sport itself, because sports, generally speaking, with the exception of some sports, are supposed to be non-political, non-religious, again with certain exceptions. But even then, NFL is not really one of those exceptions, like, at all. So, yeah. And then, oh fucking boy. I tell you, I do not like the Kansas City Chiefs. Alright? Now, if you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan, I don't know what else to say to you, bruh. Call me a fucking weird Shaq Shamrock. I don't like that team. At least in its current state. Who knows, maybe it could get better in the future. But until then, they're a piece of shit. Piece of fucking shit, nigga. Anyway, again, you shall love yourself now. Okay? 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 Good. Anyway, it gives a really bad look for them. Gives a really bad look. Like, I just wish the NFL could go back to, like, Michael Jackson days, but he's dead. And, you know, not everybody can really go back. And if you want somebody new, somebody fresh, fine. Or young, fine. I don't really have a problem with that. It's just, it needs to be in one of three genres. Either EDM, rock, or, like, a genre of music that most people can generally respect, like pop music or something. Or R&B, if you want to include that as its own genre. But I tell you something right now. Rap, as much as I like it, is not exactly fit for it. But it can be good. You know, it can be used for good, like it was for like Eminem and Snoop Dogg. Yeah, those guys are controversial, but it was mostly like long after they were like hosting Super Bowls, you know, stuff like that, or long before, you know, things like that. It wasn't like, oh, I don't want this guy because he's evil, or something like that. They probably did have that, but it was like, nobody really had it because they had a cultural impact, whereas Kendrick Lamar, he's a very controversial guy, you know? Like, compared to Eminem and Snoop Dogg, like, he's an actually controversial guy. Same thing with, this, Bad Bunny guy. This Bad Bunny fellow. But I guess that's just the current NFL. But hey, as long as it's good music and something that the fan base can actually enjoy, I don't really have a problem with it. Maybe have like a little bit of Spanish here and there for like that one scene or something. but generally speaking, have it mostly in English for obvious reasons. Because if you have it in Spanish, he's like, what the fuck is he saying? Like, it's gonna piss off a lot of people, So there, I don't know, do like a portion or a specific part of your stage where you have like a Spanish portion or something, to like show your representation, whatever. But outside of that, yeah, just don't try to do the whole Spanish thing, because if you are, Bad Bunny, if you're actually watching this, you're gonna be hated. You're gonna have to deal with the fact that you might lose a lot of your hardcore fans, a lot of your diehard fans, because you were at the Super Bowl, okay? And this is not just in the United States, okay? It's in Puerto Rico. And I know Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, but it's also its own thing. So don't try to spin it and try to use that as an excuse to put in politics. I don't care if you're somebody who disagrees that ICE should or should not be a thing. You talking about politics, period, beyond, obviously, oh, I'm in the United States of America, oh, I'm in this area, or whatever, that's fine. Or, oh, I'm somebody who's of this group, and I'm not this is a united thing for me, like that kind of stuff. It shouldn't really be like I have these political beliefs and I want to stretch it out like a fine big ass. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to be a dick about it, is just what I'm saying. Like, you can have them, don't get me wrong, but just, like, keep it off the NFL, like, keep that separate from the NFL, so that way people don't associate it with the NFL. So, they can have that conversation of, like, hey, I want to talk about sports without having to worry about people getting angry at each other over those kind of things. Because what unites fan bases a lot of the times is the community, the people, and just being about the sport itself, okay? Like, you don't have a lot of those anymore because they try to intertwine with religion or politics in extreme ways, Especially here in the United States, like, that should be a big thing to not talk about politics or religion in most times. I mean, there are certain exceptions, like, oh, I don't do this or this because I'm of this religion or something. But outside of that, it's just like, fuck that, dude. Like, we're here supposed to play a game. We're here supposed to do a sing for this sport or whatever. It's not like soccer or something where it's obviously very political because it's the most international sport in the world, or like cricket or something. Well, cricket has been getting less political over the years, but it still kind of is because India is like really big into cricket. But that's unrelated mostly. Well, it is related, but it's not like India is not exactly related to the NFL. There might be fans there. It's just, it's not, it's not directly related is what I mean. That kind of thing. What I'm hoping in the future, that this doesn't really become like a common thing. Alright? Like, you gotta get people who are like, most people generally know of that fan base, that are in a genre that most people like, of that fan base, okay? Especially towards your hardcore fans and newer fans, okay? But I understand, that whole portion is mostly towards people who probably aren't fans, but could potentially get into the sport. So there's some reasoning there, because in the Super Bowl, even the ads are trying to entertain you, because they know that they're going to be in a Super Bowl ad one day. Sometimes they make them years in advance. Sometimes literal decades. Because, oh yeah, I'm going to be in a Super Bowl ad one day, so I'm going to put this when Super Bowl ad comes along. And then, once they all of a sudden get views, they're like, how did they do that and everything? Bruh, you knew, I knew, that ad was made a long time ago, and you're just now realizing it. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, NFL has some crap going on. Well, anyway, after all that said and done, there are just so many problems with the sport currently. It needs to advance more. It needs to not be exclusive to platform A or platform B. There needs to be free versions of the games. Like, if you want to add ads here and there, fine, whatever, that's your big company. But I should be able to see the game for free, all the games, okay? That should be a thing. The only thing I should really pay for is if I'm going there physically, or I'm actually involved in the game or something. Or I'm paying for no ads. That kind of thing. But no, they just they have it behind a paywall, and the only game you get to see out of each year from the NFL is the Super Bowl. That's the only game where I get to see it be an actual game. I wish I could see the game, all those games all year around again. Okay? I don't want to do it just through cable. And I hope they still have a cable connection to it. Because, well, one day I might want to go to cable and be an adult with adult money, which I am. I just mean, the day I decide to start using cable, which I am planning to do, I want to be able to watch the NFL, okay? I want to basically be able to be there, regardless if it's with teams I'm a part of or not. Because that's the whole point. It's like seeing a game of two sports teams you don't really care of, but it's in a league that you like, so you get to watch an enjoyable game, and that's that, You get to see this guy or that guy do this or that, even if it's not your favorite team, because, well, you at least would get the opportunity to watch that sport. And, yeah, think for a moment. Anyway, yeah, I think I'm gonna end this video. But hey, if you have any opinions on the NFL or stuff like this, with the whole ESPN stuff, or maybe some unrelated things, or maybe stuff I said throughout this video, or stuff I didn't mention, things like that. But I don't know about you, but I am going to be out of here, because you can if you want to you can dislike if you want to dislike, but, tell me what you think of the National Football League in its current state whenever you're watching this video. If it still exists, I don't know. Because, I can't predict the future, obviously. But until then, until we can get a true defined answer, you're just gonna have to make a comment, make a video. I don't really care. You're just gonna have to mostly wait till then. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, let me know what you guys think of the video. And if you want to dislike if you dislike. If you really want to, subscribe. Anyway, That's all I got for today. And just remember, stay ugly.